Today's scripture is from James chapter 3, verses 1 to 12. Not many of you should become teachers, my brothers and sisters, for you know that we who teach will be judged with greater strictness. For all of us make many mistakes. Anyone who makes no mistakes in speaking is perfect, able to keep the whole body in check with a bridle. If we put bits into the mouths of the horses to make them obey us, we guide their whole bodies. Or look at ships, though they are so large that it takes strong winds to drive them, yet they are guided by a very small rudder, wherever the will of the pilot directs. So also the tongue is a small member, yet it boasts of great exploits. How great a forest is set ablaze by a small fire, and the tongue is a fire. The tongue is placed among our members as a world of iniquity. It stains the whole body, sets on fire the cycle of nature, and is itself set on fire by hell. For every species of beast and bird and reptile, the sea creatures can be tamed and has been tamed by the human species, but no one can tame the tongue, the restless evil full of deadly poison. With it we bless the Lord and Father, and with it we curse those who are made in the likeness of God. From the same mouth come blessing and cursing. My brothers and sisters, this ought not to be so. Though the spring pour forth from the same opening both fresh and brackish water, can a fig tree, my brothers and sisters, yield olives, or grapevine figs? No one can salt water yield fresh. This is the word of God for the people of God.
Thanks be to God.
Thanks be to God. James is mentioning one by one that we need to check our lives as Christians through his letter. A week before, I talked about favoritism in the church. At the end of the chapter 2 of James, he shows two people, Abraham and Rahab, the prostitute, as a good example of who showed their faith with their actions. James picked one man and one woman. He picked their great father and a woman who used to do prostitution for her living. And both of them are in the family of Jesus Christ. So James is showing that he is picking a good example for no favoritism. So he's trying to, can you lower my volume a little bit? It's too loud. So he's showing the no favoritism in his letter by picking these two different examples of people to show as an example of, who show their faith with actions. Today's scripture is well known to many people. It is because most people make mistakes in speaking. Is there anyone who do not make any mistakes in your speaking? I hope you raise no one. Yes, there is no one who makes no mistakes in speaking. It is because we cannot, take back what we said. So once we spoke some words, there is no way to delete those words we said. Our communication is not perfect. There is possibility to cause issues which we did not expect. Both, our speaking and listening are not easy. When we listen, we use our own filter to, understand with our own words. And then when we speak, we use our own intention. And we speak with our own ways of speaking pattern and with the words we like to use. So these two processes happen very naturally without realizing, just like our heartbeat. We don't realize our heart is keep going on. But it is keep reading. So our speaking and listening is just like that. We don't realize it, but we do that kind of filtering process. So my words may not be accepted by others as I intended. So normally to deliver right meaning to other people, we need to go through the process of conversation. It requires time to exchange their thoughts and emotions. Normally we assume that other people may have the same thought and intentions. In fact, this is one of the best ways to make mistakes in speaking. So we'd better not to assume other people. So do not trust stereotypes and assumptions and prejudice. So our speaking and listening, based on my own thought, cannot be perfect always. Today, James is giving us a warning about the danger of words we speak. James mentioned that teachers should be judged more strictly. People who are in teaching position impact so many people's lives. People who are, that is why their judgment is strict. However, if you are in teaching position, you have to speak a lot, because that's their job to do. So it is easier to make mistakes in speaking as teachers. James is keep talking about the importance and the power of tongue. James took a rod of shit and a fire to explain about the tongue. Small fire burns a whole forest. It is powerful. It destroys everything. If a rudder of the ship is not working or drifting in the wrong place, the ship will be wrecked soon, and there's no way to go to the destination. Our tongue has power to destroy someone's life. Our words also impact people who are next to us. Our family members, our co-workers. It mostly impacts someone who you meet every day. People who listen to you can be victims of your words, whether you are, intentionally or not, whether you want or not. From a perspective of psychology, children form their characters or their self-image mostly until age of 3. So these 3 years in childhood are really important time for their whole life. In these years, children are like a sponge. They absorb all things they see and hear. Most critical point is that they form their self-image or self-esteem with what they observe. So they take what the caregivers give to, form the self-worth. If the caregiver treats badly the children observe their self-image as bad, because that's what they observed. And if caregiver treat children really good, then children probably have a sound self-image and characters. There's a saying in Korea, which is, I think it's the first time to use Korean word in my sermon, which is 근묵자흐, which means if you play with something like crayons or paint, you will have that in your clothes. If you play with something black, you will have something black in your clothes. If you play with something red, you will have something red on your clothes. So if you keep listening to negative speaking, then you will have negative thoughts in your mind. It gradually changes you to be a negative person. And one day you will have very negative thoughts and words. The words we speak has power to destroy other people's lives. Actually, words we speak is an outward sign of inward thought. Your speaking shows who you are. Your speaking contains all of your life experiences. So it shows your past, your present, and your future. Your word is like your footprint on your life track. Your current life is a result of your past. Your words you speak shows yourself, and the words you speak currently shows your future, because your future is the result of your current life. It is not just a word, but it is an expression of our thoughts. If you think of something bad, you will speak something bad. If you think something good, then you will speak something good. And if you are angry, then you will express your anger with your speaking. And if you are sad, you will express your sadness with your speaking. And if you are intended to cheat on somebody, then you will speak lies. So check your intention first, and then watch your language. On the other hand, our words we speak has power to build others up. Even though a child heard some bad words, if the child hears many good words like comfort, encouragement, compliments, and words of love, they can have a healthy self-esteem. What kinds of words do you want to hear when you are in a hard situation? What kind of words do you want to listen when you are weary due to your job or financial situation? It is very obvious. We all want and need some words of encouragement and comfort. Personally, the year of 2016 was a very hard moment in my life. I failed certification interview in the ordination process. At the time, I was burned out for a long time of study for pastoral care counseling and preparation of certification interview. And there was no leftover energy for the next step. However, I could not stop there. On top of my school classes, I had to do 600 hours of internship. It was quite tough. At the time, my wife's encouragement and understanding was a big help for me. And there were some other people who encouraged me. I probably shared this story before. Anyway, it was one Sunday morning, just after the Bible study on Sunday morning. One of the church members came to me and said, Jay, I want to be your mom. I will keep praying for you. I will keep supporting you. Well, at that moment, it was like hearing a word from God. My son, my beloved son, I am with you. I know you are going through the hard time, but I am with you. I will take care of you. I will bring good people to you. They will support you and comfort you, and I will provide what you need. Personally, it was a huge moment of blessing through just one person. I often see some of our church members having conversation in a hallway. They just share their issues and ask for prayers. And then they just grab each other's hands and pray there in the hallway. Every time I see them, I feel that Holy Spirit is here in this church, and God listens to their prayers and empowers them and encourages them. I think this is one of the most beautiful scenes in the church. Their words are empowering and comforting and encouraging each other. Actually, God is using them as vessels to comfort and encourage each other. James asks this question: Does a spring pour forth from the same opening both fresh and brackish water? Every one of us has just one mouth, one tongue. Actually, this is a good tool. However, it is up to how we use it. What kind of water do you want to pour forth? Is that a blessing or is that a cursing? Is that destroying or building? Do you want to destroy others or build up others? Do you want to bless others or curse others? This is your choice. Many people suggest thinking about these things before you say it. Is it true? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring? Is it necessary? Is it kind? Before you speak, just think about these words. If we take the initials of these words, it goes by think. Think before you speak. Is it really truth? Is it really helpful? Is it really inspiring? Is it really necessary? And is it kind? I think these are good suggestions to speak good words. It is your decision to speak words of blessing or cursing. If you keep speaking evil words, you're like a person who is forgetting your image just after seeing your image on the mirror. And you are the person who wants to go back to your old life, which has no belief in Christ. Make your words trustful. Make your words to save others. Make your words to encourage, comfort, and empower others and yourself. Make your words to be a blessing of God. Let us pray.